So hi, well, on the Good Noise Podcast, I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Daniel and Brian from the home team.
and we're gonna ask some questions today about their upcoming album, Slow Bloom. So congrats on that, by the way, guys. How do you feel about the response to it so far, the announcement?
Fantastic.
The response has been overwhelmingly positive, except for some boomers on TikTok. But
Of course.
But aside from that, it has been nothing but like praise and happiness, and people are psyched for us, and we're psyched, and we couldn't be more grateful.
Hey, give me more haters, because haters just make activity, and
Yeah.
as more people see it.
Not enough hate.
We need more.
Exactly.
Okay.
More hate.
If
But
there's
like,
one complaint I have about the response to this new album, it's that we don't have enough haters.
okay,
Exactly.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
you need that interaction.
I'll start making some alt accounts and trashing on it. Okay, I've heard the record. It fucking sucks.
Sucks so bad.
What are some of the highlights that these boomers that somehow found their way onto TikTok? Do you guys have any that are like actually like super hilarious?
Oh, I do. It keeps me up. It's funny. It's not about me at all.
Mhm.
But it hurts my honor that they're attacking my friend like this. The one that
I don't give a shit.
the one that I think I've seen, Brian knows exactly where it is. The one that I see the most is pickup truck, camo hat, sunglass guys saying, "What the fuck is with all this auto tune in rock and metal? It doesn't take any talent to talk into a mic." And the part they're referring to is a run in Right Through Me, like a vocal run
Mhm.
that is, and they just don't understand that that's not auto tune. That's what Brian does with his voice. Although there is obviously there's a pitch correction in all music. That's just part of the recording process. But like,
I was gonna say it's both. It's auto-tune and it's my actual singing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
I love
That's
to see
insane. That's kind of a flex, though, that they thought it was just like pure auto tune.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
It's like, thank you very much for thinking that this is auto-tune.
Exactly. Yeah. That's actually just me, but like, thanks
Yeah.
though. It means a lot. It's good.
For sure.
the other one, we made the mistake of commenting. Okay, I think it's a mistake. We don't all feel this way. We
I'll do it again.
commented on an official POTUS post
idea.
pretty aggressively with our stance on
Our very pro-vax stance.
and man, we got fucking lit up by some anti-vaxxers.
Whoa.
Dude, once again, more.
Exactly.
I want more of that.
Yeah.
And Daniel does not want that because it
the-
wears away at his.
the hate that is, there's nothing positive that came out of that. No constructive criticism, just pure attacks on our character.
Hey, though, it got more likes than it did bad comments, though. So
There you go.
That's true.
Those likes could have been people who clicked on our profile and looked at our thing.
That's true. But as the person who reads those things, it hurt me in my soul. But
I
that's
read them
okay.
too, but it fueled my soul. That
I have
Exactly,
I have
yeah.
thinner skin, I guess.
It's completely
fair enough.
valid. Wow. Okay, well, hope you guys get more interaction. I hope it's more positive rather than negative, but whatever fuels your fire, I guess.
It has been overwhelmingly positive.
Good.
I hope that the trucker dudes in camo hats and the sunglasses come out to
Sunglasses.
those shows that you guys are playing later on this month, and
Oh,
you can
yeah.
wave to them
Yeah.
from the stage.
Exactly,
They're
yeah.
not going to be let in because all the shows are vax
Requiring
card
vax
mandatory.
You got a point. You got a point, yeah.
Oh man, they can stand
Amazing.
outside with their pitchforks.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Yeah, tons of it. The album name was actually thought of by our guitarist, and
Oh.
the song name came first. And he realized that was just a perfect sum up of what we were going through for the album. And that song was actually the last one we wrote for the album, so it was kind of perfect.
Oh, wow.
That we ended up naming the album after that one. And so it's talking about how long it took us to get to this point as far as our sound goes. We, for the longest time, were making music that we thought other people would like, because we all come from metal bands, and we like certain types of music that we don't make. We make, well, at least in 2018, we made like pop punk music.
Yeah.
None of us really listen to a lot of pop punk anyways. Like, I listen to a ton of R&B and pop John listens to fucking death metal and R&B
Whoa.
and pop.
Yeah.
And so we decided that we wanted to start making music that, like, obviously we like Better Off. We really we are proud of that album, but
Mhm.
we decided to make music that was a little more tailored towards our interests in music. And it took us a while to get to that point, but as soon as we hit it, we knew. We were like, this is what we're doing from now on, because this
Yeah.
is so much more original. It is so much more indicative of who we are as musicians.
Mhm.
And it took us 6 years to get here.
Wow.
So if that's not slow, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
Better late than never, you know?
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
And so the album art,
Mhm.
that figure is supposed to, it's supposed to represent all the uncertainty, grief, and insecurity that comes with, like, following your passion,
Mhm.
especially when there's no monetary gain for a long time and there's
Yeah.
no real stability. Like, you could either obviously go get a normal job and have health insurance and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
in order to do what we're doing right now, we kind of came to the realization that we lately have been working just as hard as any other band that's really big. The only
Mhm.
difference is we're not getting paid for it.
Soon.
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 That is,
Good.
the goal is that one day we can start to pay ourselves out. At the moment, the band is, it's self-sufficient. Like, it pays for itself, which is really nice. Like, we no longer have to keep dumping money into it, but not quite enough to give us a paycheck.
Well, I mean, if it's self-sufficient, it's only a matter of time until it's making paychecks as well.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
It's
time.
just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
So close.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah, this one was definitely. Do you want to talk? I just said that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on Better Off, we wrote pretty much every song together in a room. So
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 or 5 of us in a room. Someone comes up with a riff, we jam it out, we kind of build the song structure that way. With this record, we wrote pretty much the entire thing during quarantine. It just happened to be that Brian and I live together, and our guitarist John lives like 10 minutes away. So we were still able to get together, but like we weren't going to our practice spot, which is at my parents' house.
Mhm.
And so we weren't going over there. So we pretty much wrote the entire thing just like with programmed drums on a computer, and the 3 of us like sitting together. One of the big differences between Better Off and Slow Bloom is that with Better Off, someone would write a riff and then bring it to the band, but they'd have like an idea about where they wanted the song to go. So it would be like, 3 songs were written by one guitarist, 4 songs were written by another guitarist, kind of like that. And if we told you who wrote which ones, they're pretty obvious which 2 sound the same and which 3 sound the same.
Yeah.
But there was a pretty big difference between the different groups of songs, so we didn't feel like it was a super cohesive sound. With Slow Bloom, we definitely like found our stride in the writing process. John, our guitarist, typically will come up with the ideas for like the riffs that we start with. Then he'll send me a rough outline of like verse, chorus, bridge, etc. I'll program drums just like on my computer and kind of help restructure and reorganize the song. Then basically that sits in a Google Drive folder for Brian to get to and pick out the songs he likes, help kind of further the songwriting a little bit, and then write vocals over it.
Okay.
So we still have a folder with like 4 or 5 songs from the last record that just didn't strike the inspiration, so they're sitting there to be reworked for the future.
Actually, that's not necessarily true. I actually just didn't get to them by the time we were recording. Like
Okay, fair.
I'm sure that there's some good stuff that can come of those songs. They will probably be on the next album, but
Okay.
we just, I mean, we had so much material and we were like, it's time to record. We got to go record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's fair. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyrics off of this record and the meaning behind it. One lyric for each of you.
So last time we were in an interview, I said, I can't really pick one, but the first one that came to mind was, and when it counts, don't let it pass, make that shit last, from Slow Bloom. I do really like that lyric a lot. But I kind of want to say a different one this time.
Okay, thank you.
But that means I gotta think. Do you have one?
Mine is try and stop me now. I'm fucking on one. Ooh, woo, 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 woo.
Perfect.
That is my favorite lyric. I think it is. There's a meaning to it in reference to the song, but it can apply to so many other things, and people can interpret that into their own lives however they want. And it's aggressive and it sticks in your head.
I remember when I wrote that too. I was on an elliptical.
Oh,
I'm not making that up. I was literally on an elliptical when I wrote that.
wow. Like writing on an elliptical.
No,
Like-
not like physics. Like,
Oh, okay.
but I'll sit on my phone on the elliptical.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the demo, and it just something sparked.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Brian's going, I'm fast.
Actually, there is a meaning. Try to stop me now. I'm fucking on one. The one is actually an elliptical. I was on an elliptical.
You were going so fast.
Try to stop me now. I'm on an elliptical.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm probably just gonna say the second verse of Another Night Alone with You, the whole fucking thing.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I just love the way that those words, cadence, and how I organize them. I was really, really stoked. And that song, that's like one of the oldest songs from the writing process, because I wrote that pretty much by myself before we hit our like stride of the new sound. We still thought it fit really well, so we included it on the album, obviously, and it's a single.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of parts of that song that I'm really, really proud of that I think a lot of people are going to skip, unfortunately. But it's a slow song, so I get it.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm. Don't skip the slow songs.
You're either in the mood for it or you're not. It's how
Yeah.
it goes.
That's fair.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be the closer, or did you just kind of shuffle around and say that's good?
Oh, opener is the first song. So first song is Move It or Lose It. That is the first one we wrote where we were like, this is our new sound. It's not the oldest like that we wrote on the album. I think there's like
We wrote scary
movies we wrote
before
beforehand, but that was like somewhere in between the sounds. Move It or Lose It was the first one where we were like, we should start doing this. And so we figured what better song to start the album off. And I just like how no bullshit the intro is. It's just fwah, boom, and it starts.
Yeah.
And the closer
that.
is the closer for a reason.
There is a guest guitar solo on the closer. It's got the heaviest thing that we've ever put out as a band,
And the biggest.
and not in like a chugga breakdown way.
It's not
like
a
that.
breakdown.
It's
Chugga.
like that's not.
It's
not what we're
it's
doing.
just big. Like
Yeah.
you know the sound that Right Through Me's chorus, for example, has like it's big.
It's big, yeah.
And it's dark.
It's funny that's actually the only song that we haven't shown to our Patreon. We've been like leaking the songs and showing them to them one by one, and that's the only one where we're like, we want everybody to hear this for like on their own for the first time and be surprised all at once.
That
because
song is the wildest fucking thing we've ever done, dude.
It's some shit.
Yeah,
You'll see.
it's called Danger.
Yeah. I literally had just finished listening to that before we let you guys in. It is very big. It is very good.
Oh, you heard the
Oh
album?
yeah, we
Yes.
shared
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Word, yeah, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts, right?
Funny story about the name of that song. So when John was writing out, like when he titles the demos, he usually picks a theme. So he was picking bounty hunters from Star Wars, and that song was called Dengar, and I don't know how we just switched it up and said, oh, okay, it's called Danger.
Honestly, I kept misreading it as Danger, and then I realized, holy shit, that's actually not only a great name just for a song, but also it really ties into the name, the what the song is about. So
Yeah.
um,
Fit perfectly.
yeah. So Dengar became Danger. I think there were a couple. There was Tallow Nord, which was FOMO.
Oh, that song's not. If you ordered a vinyl you will
have an extra song.
There's an
That
extra
I
two
also just
songs
listened
to.
that
Oh.
are not on, that are not going to be on Spotify for
Yeah.
reasons we are not
Can't
allowed
talk about yet.
to divulge, but we will eventually. Everyone will find out about
Okay.
it.
You guys are like the first people who are telling us. We will make a post saying like, hey, a lot of people on Apple Music probably saw that there was a song later in the album that's no longer on there. Everybody will hear it.
Oh.
It'll be fine. We'll probably even do a music video for it if we're gonna put it out later.
Mhm.
But that song was called Callow Nord at the beginning. That's a bounty hunter.
Bosk didn't get used.
Bosk is one of the demos that's still sitting in there. Boba Fett was on.
Ah.
Yeah, which is awesome. What's another one? IG-88 was Slow Bloom. Anyways.
Star Wars nerds.
Star
there
Wars
you go.
nerds.
So do you guys do that for like every album where you just kind of choose a theme and you just like name all the demos off of like something related to that?
John did that because we didn't have it for the first few songs. For example, Right Through Me was originally called Move It or Lose It. And when I realized I wanted to use the lyrics Move It or Lose It in actual Move It or Lose It, which was called it was called something else, but changed it to that. Then John was like, hey, we need a demo title for what was Move It or Lose It. What should we call it? And I was like, I don't know, man. And I looked down at my feet and I was wearing socks and slides, so we called it Socks and Slides. And that was the title
Okay.
up until like 2 months before the album was done.
You should have kept it. You should have kept it.
I came in, I was the suit. I was like, man, as funny as I think that is, I feel, or was it Aaron that said that?
Aaron said this.
Our engineer, we were asking him about like, what he thought about the name, and he said, man, I gotta be honest, if I'd never heard you guys and I saw the home team Socks and Slides, like I probably wouldn't click on that.
No.
All right, man, that's fair.
I would be drawn to that. I'd be like, what is this? Why?
I would be bracing myself for one of the worst things I've ever heard personally.
Well, I mean, look at Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit.
Don't
Look at
you
Limp
dare
Bizkit.
diss Limp Bizkit.
No,
Don't
I'm
you
just saying
dare.
their name
Don't you dare.
is weird,
Fair enough, fair
but
enough.
they're massive. So it's like maybe the next album.
Anything that grabs attention, I guess.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
Because it was also going to be our first one that we were releasing, that was another reason for changing it. But
Yeah, we went back and forth on that one a lot, and I literally I remember sitting down. I have like a note on my phone somewhere. I was like laying on my couch at like 2 a.m, listening through the song and just like visualizing what of the lyrics could be a song title. So I wrote down like 5 different lyrics and I sent them to Brian and I was like, dude, like one of these, we need to use something else.
Yeah.
Settled on Right Through Me.
I don't think any of them were Right Through Me. I think.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I don't.
Right
think
Through
you
Me.
have
Dude, I picked like every lyric basically.
It's like,
Had to be one of
these
those.
are just the lyrics. Why don't you-
Find something in there. Yeah. All right. So
In the video.
Yep.
Little hand flip.
So which song off of this record took the longest to write, and which one is your own personal favorite?
Took the longest to write. Danger?
I mean, longest to write.
Scary Movies went through a bunch of changes. Watching My Friends Get Rich went through a bunch of changes, but no, that one went really quick in the beginning.
I feel like most of them actually went pretty quick because we'd get into like that. Like, you ever see the movie Soul?
Soul is in like
Like Pixar
Disney's.
movies?
Yeah.
Like, you
I have
know
not, but I've seen like clips.
Okay. Well, they talk about getting in the zone.
Mhm.
And
they put like a spiritual visualization of it,
Mhm.
but in our case, yes, we
Yeah.
get into the zone.
yeah, I mean, like every musician who's ever written original music with other people, or I guess even with yourself, or even alone, you know the feeling when you hear something and you know what to do next.
Yep.
And it just starts rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like nice.
Sorry.
Great.
We were talking about it.
And,
Yeah.
like you know when you've like found it and you know what the next part's gonna be. Like, everybody knows that feeling. And I feel like we hit that a lot with this record. Just like finding the next, like someone writes a riff and then immediately we're like the brain, the little hamster in my head starts spinning in the wheel.
Yeah.
Personal favorites. Both of our personal favorites have not been released yet. They will be on the album, obviously.
I would hope.
So they will both drop on the 22nd.
Okay.
My personal favorite is the music video, the next music video that's going to come out. It's basically like the focus track. It's like a single, but it's not really a single because it's with the rest of the album.
Yeah.
It's our focus track for the album, and it is called "Watching All Your Friends Get Rich."
Okay.
I think I have changed my mind. I think I am going to settle on "Right Through Me" being my favorite song on the record.
Word. So in that case, you have heard his favorite song.
All right. So where was your headspace at while you guys were writing this album?
Oh, that's a big question. I mean, it was during quarantine, so we didn't know when the next time we were going to tour was.
Yeah.
That kind of worked out in a way because we were going to be writing during this time anyway, and we probably weren't going to be touring a bunch.
I literally remember at like the end of 2019, we were on a tour and we were outside of like an Anytime Fitness because we'd have like a couple of us have memberships, so we'd like bring a guest and go shower for free at the gym after the show and then drive to the next city. I remember sitting in the van and I was talking to Brian and I was like, dude, we got to be prepared to like not really tour in 2020 because we got to work on this album and like get this next thing ready to go.
Wow. Yeah.
And we ended up not touring in 2020, obviously.
Yeah.
So we were kind of prepared for that anyway.
Which timing wise, just worked out. Can you imagine if we had written the album and we were about to start touring on it and then?
Ouch.
Yeah.
That happened to a lot of bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some friends that like put out records in like March of 2020 and then couldn't tour. Just faded away.
Now they're on another album by now.
Yeah, they're getting ready to release their next album.
Yeah.
Actually, literally they are.
Didn't even get the tour on their previous one.
Yeah.
So much pain. God. Oh.
Our headspace was good. Having Sky there was really nice too. He was just like morale wise, he was fantastic. But yeah, overall, it was good.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy to hear was good instead of a God. I was spiraling, darkest headspace I've been in so long. That's why we have this album. So it's,
we were
good
also
change pace.
stoked about the new sound too. That
yeah.
I mean, like every person in a band that isn't making a full-time living on it, like we're all delusional. Like we all think that the next thing, like the next shit, is gonna be the stuff, to put us on the radio.
We've thought that for 10 years.
I've been saying that about every release since I was like 15. Like, oh, I'm getting signed with this one. 15-year-old Daniel says. But this was like with Better Off, we thought we had something good. With Slow Bloom, this is the one where I'm like, I don't know how musically I can top this.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna top it. We're probably just gonna have to do something similar but different.
Which is this is what we said when Better Off came out.
Exactly.
Too. So
we say this every time.
But like I feel like this is the album we were like meant to create as musicians. Yeah. Hopefully we feel that way next time too.
Oh yeah.
I hope so too. You guys just keep improving.
Or maybe this is our peak, baby.
Let's not say that. You guys are gonna just keep outdoing yourselves. You're gonna do great. So how do you recommend your listeners to check out this record for the first time? Should they put it on a car with friends? Should they blast it with some headphones on? Should they put it on a party? Should they work out? What do you guys recommend?
That's a really great question.
Thank you.
Oh, I would, I'm always a fan of like artists put music out in a particular way for a reason. If there's a band that I really like and I want to give it a listen, like I will always listen to the record front to back the way it was like intended to be listened to. So like, for instance, Sleep Token just put out a record and I'm not going to put that shit on shuffle. Like that is a
front to back art piece.
I don't feel like we're quite as artistic as that.
But we did curate this order for a reason.
It's meant, we picked it a certain way. So
Mhm.
I would say I would always recommend people listen to it front to back all the way through. Give it one listen. If you hate it, that's fine. It's okay. But
After that, whatever you want.
yeah, but
Mhm.
it's meant to be listened in a particular way.
Yep.
That said, dude, blast that shit with friends. That's fine. Sing
Yeah.
along to the parts, listen to it by yourself 3 or 4 times, memorize some stuff, then get together with some homies and
Mhm.
sing it together.
Mhm.
There's a lot of upbeat, really like good party songs, I think, and we hope that everyone digs it as much as we do.
I want Danger to be the party song.
That's the fight riff.
It's the party song for the first half.
True.
Mhm.
It's literally about that too.
True. So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. Both of you have to do it.
Oh my god, I've been trying to do that for like the last 2 years, dude.
We have to do it now.
Heavy poppy new.
Perfect.
Real rockers only.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I like that. I like that one a lot. It's one of our best ones.
Heavy poppy new. That's a good one.
The reason I
Heavy
say
poppy.
new is because I'm trying to find bands that sound like this album.
Hmm.
And
Made something
we took
new.
influences, but yeah, I can't really find a lot of bands that sound like this album.
Yeah, I feel like when people hear like, oh yeah, it's poppy, but it's also heavy, like you immediately just go, a day to remember.
Issues.
Mhm.
Or,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Easy core.
And this sounds nothing like a day to remember. There's no like,
Right, there's no
there's
chunky
no
breakdowns.
It gets heavy in very different ways.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Obvious, a little bit of issues influence. Sky
Obviously.
produced it, so
Mhm.
there's that. But yeah, heavy poppy new. That's a good one.
Right on.
Heavy poppy new.
All right.
Perfect. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this album to invoke in your listeners?
Dread.
Okay. Dread.
Yeah, insecurity. No.
Oh my god.
No. Ooh. Honestly, having faith in yourself.
Oh.
That a lot of the songs are about that. And I guess a lot of the songs might stem from a lack of that. Slow Bloom for one. Eat You Up for one. Another Night
Watching All
Alone
Your
with
Friends
You.
Get Rich.
Watching All Your Friends Get Rich. Right Through Me and Move It or Lose It, not so much. But Sales a little bit. I'm like naming off a bunch of songs nobody's heard yet. Is this gonna come out before?
They might have heard it by the time this comes out. I honestly have no idea.
We still need to look.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, that's believing in yourself, having faith in yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good. And dread.
Yeah.
And dread.
Of course.
Just
Yeah.
Existential dread about the end of the human race.
There you go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Day-to-day things.
Uplifting, positive.
Believe in yourself, but also nothing matters.
Exactly.
What band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this album, if any? I know you said Issues is one. Are there any?
Issues would probably be the top one for obvious reasons.
Yes.
We pulled from, actually, so when John was writing, he was trying to pull from, it's not as obvious, but he was trying to pull from a lot of like 90s West Coast hip hop in a lot of ways in terms of chord progressions and also in terms of his rhythms. So something that was really popular was like stabs, like keyboard stabs or guitar stabs.
Mhm.
I mean, literally think like the intro to Forgot About Dre.
Yeah, literally. Right.
That
Mhm.
kind of-
And so that was a big influence for John, specifically when he was writing. And I think that it's not super obvious, but once I feel like if anybody hears me say that, they might be able to tell after the fact, like, oh, okay, I see it. And rhythmically, a lot of the songs are similar tempo and groove and flow, as opposed to Better Off, which was much faster and much more
Mhm.
pop punk.
Yeah, one thing like writing, not necessarily like directly musically, but just in our attitude and approach to writing the record. We took a lot of influence from Don Broco in the sense that I remember every time they put out something new, I just think dude, these guys don't give a fuck. They will do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And like,
And convince you it's fucking cool.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
like, they're they're the trendsetters, and
Mhm.
they're not trying to do anything other people have done. They're just doing whatever they want to do. And that gave me, like, when I really listened to Technology, their last full length, that gave me a ton of inspiration to be like, we should be doing what we think is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck trying to like write something to appease other people or fit in somewhere. Like, we just got to do us. And so, not necessarily musically, but just like attitude wise, that was a huge inspiration for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I like
Very
that a
good.
lot. Mm-hmm. So what was your favorite memory that you made while creating this record?
I really liked tracking for that month that Sky was there. It was just a lot of fun. And pre-pro was a lot of fun too. We did pre-production at John's house.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sky was there for about a month, and we did a week of that was pre-production. And I remember, like, you know, having dinner afterwards and playing video games together, and it was just really nice. And recording at Aaron's, our engineer, was also a lot of fun, and going over there and just tracking it all. I think after Sky left, I also went on like a 2-week trip, and they got some stuff done while I was gone, but then I came back, and the second half of the process was less fun because it was like, okay, now we're doing like the hard work portion of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that first month was really fun. And yeah, just a lot of generally good memories. We took a lot of Polaroids, and we're including those in a special variant of the vinyl.
Stop! It's so cool.
So everybody gets one unique Polaroid, and there's 100.
I think it's sold out already.
Oh shit, really?
Come on.
It was at like 7 last week, and we've had at least 5 people like tweet at us saying that they bought one. So it
might be gone.
It's probably gone.
Might be
Yeah.
gone.
Which is the first time we've ever like sold out of a thing.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
record.
amazing.
Which
That's
was
cool.
funny because it was dude, we were like, we knew we wanted to do something with these Polaroids.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey Daniel, what should we do with these Polaroids? And this was like, mind you, this was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Daniel, what should we do with these Polaroids? He's like, what if we did another this was after we announced the first batch of vinyl, right? He did, what if we do another vinyl variant, and we do it only limited to 100, and we send out a Polaroid with each vinyl? I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Let's go with that
Whatever.
one.
I
Yeah.
had no idea it would like sell out within 2 weeks.
Funny, we picked the colors for the vinyl variant and
Mhm.
then sent it to the plant for them to send us like a mock-up of it back, and they sent us a second version. So they sent us like what we asked for, but they also said, hey, this color might be cooler, and they sent us that. We're like, oh, that's way fucking
That's
cooler.
way fucking cool. Let's do the purple one.
Let's go with that.
We wanted
Yeah.
like a green version. It wasn't as cool. So they were right.
They were right.
I think for me, probably the most fun part of recording was actually, I'd say the same thing, having the time that we spent with Sky, because this was the first time we had ever worked with a producer who wasn't there also recording it. He was like, Sky played bass, and he came to like help us do a pre-production session and iron out all the songs and like the structures, and help Brian with some of his vocal melodies and just like improve the songs a little bit.
Mhm.
And he was there mostly to like help make the songs better.
Yeah.
Like we had said earlier, insecurity is a huge part of being an artist. Like
Mhm.
most artists are insecure. Art is subjective. It's hard
Yeah.
to know, like it's hard to know if the art you're doing is going to resonate with people until it comes out. And Sky did, I don't know if he knows he did this, but like he did an insanely good job at giving us confidence and like getting us to believe in ourselves and like trust in our own vision of what we were doing.
Yeah.
And actually there's a story about how we got to be working with Sky in the first place. So before we set up working with him, we had talked about having him play bass on the record, and so he was going to come in and do that.
Okay.
John and I have known him for a long time. John has a funny story about he like 15 years ago, he actually like cool guide Sky about joining his like metal band in college.
And of course now this guy's playing in fucking 21 Pilots.
So
Yeah.
we like to take some credit that if he had joined John's band, maybe he wouldn't be on the path. But so we had talked to him about playing bass, and we were working with our engineer to produce the record. So we had sent him one of our songs, and we said, hey, make some changes, let us know about the song structure, see if you can help us make it any better.
Mhm.
And he sent us back a version, and it was fucking ruined. Like, the song was just butchered.
Hope Aaron never hears this.
I mean, I think at this point he knows. But like, he ended up working on the record and actually got paid more than anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, he can't be that mad.
Yeah.
But we just didn't see eye to eye on what we were doing, and like the drums changed completely. They were super complicated. Everything about it changed.
He's a metal guy. It makes sense.
He's a metal guy. He wanted everything to be more complicated, and I remember I think we got that version back at like maybe 1 a.m, and
Oh, wow.
I didn't sleep till like 4 that day because I was just like up. I literally, I remember
thinking about it.
I remember coming downstairs to my computer, and I pulled up the Spotify like top 40 or top 50 like most streamed songs, like their hits playlist.
Mhm.
I listened to every single one on that playlist to make sure that my concept of like what I wanted to do with the drums is like
Mhm.
what is in right now, and
Mhm.
like it was the right decision. And I listened to it. I was like, literally every song is doing what I think I should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just your standard like 4 on the floor beat. And so I sent notes back to the band, and I was like, I don't know if everyone else feels this way, but like this shit is trash. We need to go about like this like I'm heated right now.
Yeah.
So all that to say, we talked to Sky shortly afterwards and
Mhm.
sent him a couple of the demos, and he was like, I love this. I see what you're going for. I think I can help produce and make everything better. And so that is how we ended up coming to an agreement with Sky to like fly in and help us finish the record and make it better.
Okay.
Wow.
He agreed with us.
All right. Like to say
Good.
it. So picture this: you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh, I know what yours is.
I'm getting a Lenny and Larry's protein cookie.
Oh.
Chocolate chip protein cookie. That's my usual breakfast on tour.
Mhm.
Normally it would be a shitty gas station coffee, but over the last like 2 years, I've become a top tier coffee snob, and I didn't mean for this to happen, but it's just what
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah.
So I now have a like traveling pour over kit that we're gonna bring with us. So I will be getting hot water from the gas station to
Mhm.
make a pour over outside the van.
Okay.
Wow.
Life's too
Fancy.
short for shitty coffee.
Got a point.
Blue Diamond wasabi almonds.
Ooh. Yeah.
Love
As you
those.
should. Yeah, those are great. So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would it be?
The whole band, or like each one of us?
The whole band.
The whole band.
Bro, I think if we were the whole, it'd be like say like one of those Japanese all you can eat sushi buffets where
Ooh.
there's the sushi section, but then there's also like a Chinese section because Americans just think all Asian food's the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's like, oh, this section has French fries and broccoli and pot roast.
Yeah.
Like we are very diverse internally as a band, and I think that we'd be an all you can eat buffet with way too many options.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right.
And there's like
I wish I could
Brian's-
think of something more sustained.
Brian struggling to find any vegan options.
I promise we only have a few more questions
All
left.
good, all good.
Mhm.
Where do you see the band in the next 5 years,
Hopefully opening some big tours.
Mm-hmm.
or headlining more tours?
Hopefully having the band be all of our main source of income and full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really nice.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the dream for most musicians, is to have your art be like your main thing.
Mhm.
I would, in 5 years, I hope that we will have played in Australia, Europe, and
Japan. Let's go to Japan.
Japan
Yeah.
sounds dope.
Japan's
Yeah.
good.
and Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil.
Ooh, Brazil. That's good. So for these last couple questions, we're actually gonna shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
You're open books.
Perfect. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Okay. Important question.
Okay.
Are we treating this like we're gonna get like anything on Earth we can get? We'll actually get it, or we're getting, if we ask for sushi, we're getting crab, like fucking fish sticks.
Anything on Earth, you could get it.
So there's this fine dining vegan restaurant here in Seattle called Harvest Beat. The very first time I went there was the best time I ever went there, and I would probably have that meal again. It was, it was a variety of things, but the main dish was like this crazy spanakopita that they made. That was, I'm having a hard time remembering everything that was in it, but there were definitely some like really fancy mushrooms that were just insanely fragrant. And what else was there? There was a salad that blew my mind too that I just thought was so good. It's like a fine dining place, and it's expensive. It's like if you go there, it's a preset meal, and it's based on what's in season like the last couple weeks.
Oh.
And so there's no food wasted because they only make enough food for the reservations because it's reservation only.
Yeah.
And it's completely vegan, and my girlfriend and I will go there for like special occasions, and usually it's a little less than $300.
Oh.
So it's very pricey, but
Yeah.
the first time I went there, I had just this absurdly good meal, and I would probably have that again.
All right.
That's good.
I'm going to go with Indian food. Specifically, I would, if I had to get one meal left on Earth, I'd probably say if I'm picking, not choosing like a little bit of 15 different things, because like in general, tapas and small plates, that's my shit. If I had to pick one thing, I would want a big heaping plate of chicken tikka masala. That's how I'm going out, because it doesn't matter what that does to my body, because I'm gonna be dead.
Fair enough.
You better fill it up, because you're just gonna relax your bowels afterwards and give everybody else a show.
Yeah. And what are your drinks? You guys didn't give us drinks.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm going with a topo on the way out for sure.
I would probably say a bottle of a beer that is no longer made. It was best beer I ever had was what was it called? Man, it was from Bottle Logic, and it was a collab with Great Notion. It was
Miller Lite? Miller Lite?
Yeah, that's what it was, Miller Lite. No, it was like this insane barrel-aged stout that was like a liquid brownie, but it also had like maple syrup and blueberries in the flavor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It's two of my favorite breweries did a collab, and I had it when I was down in Anaheim, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going sparkling water.
I would probably have that with my meal.
All right.
Solid.
So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
Fiction world?
Yes.
Probably the Avatar planet.
That would be sick.
Ooh,
So have that like wild head brain connection.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah.
I mean, dude literally sold out his entire species for that. So like,
Yeah.
probably pretty sick.
That would be pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Naruto.
I thought so.
Probably where I would go. I would probably go to Konoha.
Perfect. Great answers. I didn't expect the hair thing, but I get it. I understand. I think I understand. Yeah.
Probably be pretty euphoric if you ask me.
I mean, sold out his entire species. It probably has to be. Yeah. All right.
Oh, you know what? Actually, backing up to the last meal thing, I would probably also add a like I'd add like a milkshake that is laced with a drug of some sort, because
Okay.
I'm a straight edge square, so I don't know what that feels like. But if I'm going out anyways, I might as well fucking give it a shot.
That's a good
Exactly.
point. I was gonna say, is this worth going back to that question? But that's worth it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Black.
Black. Okay.
Wear nothing but black. All my furniture is black. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
I like light blues.
Ooh.
That is I don't really own any clothing like that, but if I'm always partial to shades of blue.
Mhm.
All right.
As you should be.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Ooh,
Yeah.
we got a new album on October 22nd called Slow Bloom.
We're going to be out on tour October 20th through the 30th, supporting that album.
West Coast only, unfortunately,
on the West Coast.
but we'll be probably doing a full US next year.
Yeah,
Good.
stream the record, check it out, share it with a friend. Hopefully you dig it as much as we enjoyed making it. And if you have some hate, send it our way.
Oh, please tell us.
Send
And
all the
also,
hate.
Check out our Patreon.
Oh yeah.
It's a really, really dope community, and everybody who's in it really, really likes it and is having a good time, as far as I'm aware.
All right. No hate in there.
Yeah, no hate.
I have been told that they really like it.
All right.
Okay, good. Good.
Well, thank you for now. This guy's been the home team, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.